Right, a Norfolk Rose expert, writer and businessman has been honoured with a prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award for his decades of horticultural work. Peter Beales, who's 73, developed his passion for roses as a boy when his grandfather introduced him to old-fashioned plants cultivated before 1900. He eventually opened his own nursery and it now attracts thousands every year to Attleborough.
Well, some sport now, and there's a big night of football ahead in the FA Cup and in the Championship.
Yes, the clamour for points hasn't reached desperation stakes just yet for Ipswich and Peterborough, but there's no doubt they're both after the three up for grabs tonight. That's because they meet each other. Our sports correspondent Donovan Blake is at Portman Road right now. Donny, a big night.
Big night indeed. Some youngsters using the training facilities behind me here, but what a time for Ipswich and Peterborough to meet for the very first time in the Football League. Both have struggled all season. We've had turmoil at Peterborough with Darren Ferguson being replaced by Mark Cooper as manager, and Ipswich have been trying to meet the high expectations of their fans under Roy Keane. Well, more on this game coming up. We're also concentrating on the FA Cup tonight. Kettering Town under the spotlight yet again. Understandable, bearing in mind the team they're facing this evening and the team they will meet if they win their second round replay.
Rockingham Road, 9:30. Kettering Town's players preparing for the biggest game of their season and hoping for an even bigger one to come in January. Promotion from the Blue Square Premier Division is still the primary aim for player-manager Lee Harper and assistant John Dean. But they have a taste for Cup glory after earning tonight's second-round replay at Leeds. A win at Ellen Road will mean next stop Old Trafford.
A wonderful opportunity for a group of players who, majority of them are likely ever to play in an arena that size. So I really hope they enjoy the evening and, God willing, and if luck's with us, we may get through and play Man United.
These two supporters are hoping to make the same journey in round 3, and maybe they still could, because Kettering fan Mick Judge also supports Manchester United, while Gary Shepherd, who follows Leeds, used to be a Kettering Town Committee member and still has a soft spot for the club, or to play for them.
To be honest, I wouldn't be too upset if Kettering won tonight, so for that reason, but because our main aim is obviously to get out of Division 1, and Brentford on Saturday away from home is a lot more important than tonight.
It's the dream I've had for sort of 45 years, really, and Gary's had his dream draw in this round, we've got ours in the next round, so I'm really looking forward to going to Old Trafford to support both teams, really.
It's not just Kettering looking to make progress in the Cup tonight. Luton, who earned their replay with Rotherham after drawing in South Yorkshire, will face a third league club in the competition, Southampton, if they win at Kenilworth Road. Back to Kettering, and more than 1,000 of their fans will be cheering their team on at Leeds, with plenty leaving Northamptonshire this afternoon in confident mood. Hopefully that confidence will be rewarded with that dream tie in Manchester.
Yes, fingers crossed for them. Back to our regional derby in the Championship. It's Peterborough's first visit to Ipswich since the FA Cup in 1960. And a look at the bottom of the table just sees how crucial this game is for both sides. Peterborough rock bottom. They've already beaten Ipswich this season in the Carling Cup, but they haven't won in the league since October. Ipswich have fared better since then. They've picked up 2 wins in their last 5 games, and a win tonight could lift them out of the bottom 3 for the first time since August. So points at a premium. We'll have details of this and those FA Cup replays in our late bulletin, and that's around 10:30 this evening.
Thank you, Donny. Now, she's been described as Britain's loudest snorer after a sleep clinic recorded her at, wait for this, 111 decibels.
That is really super loud. The noise made by Jenny Chapman from Deeping St James, not little snoring, near Peterborough, has been likened to the sound of a low-flying jet plane. We sent our reporter Stuart Lease to investigate.
It may not sound like it, but this is the home of Jenny Chapman, a woman believed to be Britain's loudest snorer. But when I gave her husband a camera to film her sleeping at their home at Deeping St James near Peterborough, it didn't go according to plan.
All I know is at 4:30 this morning I'm crawling around here like a cat burglar, desperately trying not to make any noise, and every time I approached Jennifer with the camera, Jennifer turned over and slept normally. So I wish really I'd have been in bed asleep as opposed to walking around with a camera.
Colin was able to help, though, by describing what Jenny's snoring is like.
I think it would be weaker than an aircraft taking off, but as a bit of an aircraft nut myself, I know what an aircraft sounds like, and it does really sound as loud as an aircraft going overhead, quite low, which is annoying to say the least.
The sound of Jenny's snoring has been compared to that of a passing train. It's also been compared to the sound of a tractor. And some newspapers have mentioned low-flying jets in their headlines. It was measured at 111 decibels at a sleep clinic in Warwick.
I do feel for Colin, but I also feel for myself, because although we're making a joke of the whole thing, it is quite embarrassing. It can get embarrassing if you're staying somewhere or if you want to go away with friends and share a room. I always say, no, I won't have a double room with someone else. I'll always have a single room.
But if this footage of Jenny is anything to go by, Colin might get a decent kip tonight. Or perhaps not. Stuart Leiths, Anglia News, Deeping St James, near Peterborough.
What did you say to me before?
Poor man.
Yeah, I know. What did you say about your snoring habits?
I think I snore like a little cub.
A little cub.
I do
Very
snore
sweet,
occasionally.
isn't it?
I bet you're a snorer. You can tell a good snorer.
I have been told, actually. There are times when I think I can send birds flying south a little bit earlier than they're supposed to, when I really get into one. It's all about the position, I think, isn't it?
Don't lie on your back. Well, Amanda's here now with the weather. Amanda, you a snorer?
Oh, come on, admit it. I have.
Of course not. A lady doesn't snore.
No, she doesn't.
What about a little cub?
Yes, something like that.
Oh, well, let's turn to the real stuff, shall we? The weather bit. Now, we heard earlier, didn't we, that Natalie was saying that it is getting milder.
That's right, climate change is certainly responsible for the warmer sea and land, but it is getting colder over the next few days. In fact, if we take a look at this chart, you can see tomorrow's temperature could reach 12 degrees, which is roughly 5 degrees above average. However, the colder air is moving in over the next few days, so by the time we get to Friday, most of us will be lucky if we reach 6 degrees. So you will be needing those extra layers. But it's not all bad news. Let's take a look at what other weather is coming our way.
You can't control the weather, but you can control your money. N&P. Be on top of money.
Well, we have got some rain to come tonight, a few showers tomorrow night, but then after that, it is going to become drier and colder across the region. And the reason for it is this. As you can see, we've got the frontal system moving across us tonight. That's going to push in some rain. And then during tomorrow, it will be fairly quiet out there. A few showers overnight.
N&P. Be on top of money.
And that's it from the little snoring cub, the giant snorer, and the lady who denies all absence of snoring in her life. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.